Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This is Ram Sudhakar Arts Tutorials.
Good morning to all. Today we are going to learn about the Peninsular Plateau region. It is also known as Indian Plateau region. Okay. So this is one of the major relief divisions of India. So there are 6 major relief divisions are there. So this is one of the major relief divisions of India. That is Peninsular Plateau region. So how it is, what consists in that, we'll discuss now. Understood? The Indian Plateau is also known as Peninsular Plateau. It is surrounded by sea on 3 sides. It is mainly composed of old crystalline or igneous rocks and metamorphic rocks are there. It includes large amount of metallic and non-metallic minerals resources are found in this region. It is also known as Indian Plateau. Okay, Indian Peninsular Plateau. Mostly observe that mostly it is in that South India only, South India. Okay, so Indian Peninsular Plateau. Peninsular means what it is? It's surrounded by 3 sides sea only. What are the seas? So it was surrounded by the 3 seas. Eastern part it is Bay of Bengal. West it is in the west side Arabian Sea. South it is in that Indian Ocean, and what is in that north side, northern boundary of Peninsular Plateau region. It is Vindhya ranges there. Vindhya ranges. Okay, right? Mostly consist of gods and plateaus. What are the gods and what are the plateaus there? Observe here, mostly gods means, look at here picture, look at here. What are the gods? Western gods there, means hill areas, and similarly eastern gods are there. And next, so what are the plateaus? Plateaus are there. It broadly dividing into two parts. So one is highlands, central highlands. Observe that here it is central highlands. It's known as Malwa Plateau. It's known as Malwa Plateau region, central highlands. Next, another one, Deccan Plateau also there. Deccan Plateau. You already learned in 6th class. Where is central highlands and Deccan Plateau located in that? The central highlands located in south of the Gangetic plain and north of the river Narmada. In that important plateau region is Malwa. It is on the west side located in this plateau region. Towards to the east, there is a rich mineral plateau there. It is called Chota Nagpur Plateau. There is no perennial rivers are found in this region. So irrigation for the second crop depends on deep tubewells and tanks. Narmada and Tabadi rivers are flowing in north side of the central highlands. Okay, right? So once again you can observe here Deccan Plateau. How it is? It is in that like a triangular shape. Deccan Plateau is look like a triangular. So triangular plateau region. It's known as Deccan Plateau. So in that, this is in this Deccan Plateau. Which one is the highest? This is highest plateau region. Okay, and biggest one also, biggest one in that peninsular plateau region. Understood? Right. Mostly entirely in the peninsular plateau region, metallic and non-metallic mineral resources are found in this region only. And what it consists about this? This plateau region, Indian Peninsular region, mostly composed of hard, crystalline and hard igneous. Igneous means volcanic related, and metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic rocks. What is that? Metamorphic means it changed this. So during that course of time, the rocks can change their position. It's called metamorphic. Understood? So this one, and now here it is. Observe here. We discussed already about Malwa Plateau and Chota Nagpur Plateau. Here it is. See, now we'll discuss about Deccan Plateau region. Second one is Deccan Plateau. Here it is Deccan Plateau. So what are the boundaries of Deccan Plateau? Observe here. Mostly in that east and west side. East and west side. Here east side, Eastern Ghats are there. West side, Western Ghats are there. And so what is the southern boundary of Deccan Plateau? Very important. Southern boundary of Deccan Plateau. Nilgiri Hills. What is that? Nilgiri Hills. Okay, you can see here Nilgiri Hills. Okay, so next, observe here. We already discussed that. So mostly our peninsular plateau region, so mostly covered by three sides, seas only. And what is the southern boundary of peninsular plateau region? Southern boundary of, or southernmost point, not boundary, it is southernmost point. Southernmost point of peninsular plateau region, it is Kanyakumari. Kanyakumari. Southern boundary means it is Indian Ocean. Southernmost point, it is Kanyakumari only. What are the northern boundary of Deccan Plateau? Northern boundary of Deccan Plateau is Satpura Ranges. It lies in north edges. And next, what is the eastern edges? Mahadev and Kaimur ranges and Maikal ranges are found in the eastern edges of the Deccan Plateau. And also south of Narmada River, Deccan Plateau is located. Okay. Mostly in that peninsular plateau region, how it is there? Mostly slightly tilted towards east. Slightly tilted towards east, just like this. You can see here. Here it is in a flat manner. So just like this. This is in that western part is high and eastern part is low, means low level. Height is there this side in the western part. So that's why. So most of the peninsular rivers which flow towards east and finally joined in Bay of Bengal region. Bay of Bengal region. So that's way. So mostly topography of this plateau region, so slightly tilted towards east only. You can observe here. Suppose so most of the peninsular rivers, so which are flowing towards east and finally joined in Bay of Bengal. Understood? Which is the highest plateau in the world? Tibetan Plateau. It is located in Trans-Himalayan ranges. It is also known as Himadri ranges. Tibetan Plateau is also called Pamir Plateau. So, Pamir Plateau is also called as Roof of the World. Which river separates Malwa Plateau and Deccan Plateau? Narmada River. Okay, we'll discuss about Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats. So, what are the difference between Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats? Here it is Western Ghats. Means we can observe here in this Western Ghats in the west side, mostly in the west side, lies in the west coast of India. Understand? So next, so here it is less wide. Western Ghats are less wide. And another one, so their continuous ranges. Ghats means hills only. Western Ghats are the continuous, means what it is? Unbroken. The hills are unbroken. Okay, if you observe in that Eastern Ghats lies in the east coast of India. East coast of India. And next, so these are the eastern part. East Ghats are much width is there. Much width. Understand? Next, so they are here we already discussed that the Western Ghats are continuous, but in the Eastern Ghats are broken by small and fast flowing rivers. Okay? Next, Eastern Ghats are lesser than Western Ghats. We already discussed that topography, how it is there totally in the Peninsular Plateau region. Topography slightly tilted towards east. So that's why, so in this area, the western part or Western Ghats, so highlands, west side, you can see Western Ghats are higher than Eastern Ghats. Similarly, Eastern Ghats are lesser than Western Ghats. Okay? So next, the height, average height. So it exceeds, Western Ghats exceeds more than 900 meters height. Here is Eastern Ghats. The average height of this Eastern Ghats are rarely exceeds 900 meters. Rarely exceeds. Okay, so now coming to that. So what are the important peaks are there in the Western Ghats or in the Eastern Ghats? What are the highest peaks? Observe here. So mostly in the Western Ghats, highest peak Anayamudi, no doubt it is Anayamudi only. Okay, so what is the height of this? 2695 meters. Anayamudi. And which one is very, very important, this question? Which is the highest peak in South India? Anayamudi. Okay? Anayamudi. What is the height? 2695 meters. Next. Which is the highest peak in Western Ghats? Which is the highest peak in Western Ghats? So it is also same. Anayamudi only. Understood? Anayamudi only. This is very important. So next, in the Eastern Ghats. In Eastern Ghats, so which is the highest peak in that Eastern Ghats? Here it is Arayakonda. Arayakonda is the highest peak in that Eastern Ghats. What is the height? 1680 meters. Arayakonda located in Chintapalli in Vizag district in Andhra Pradesh state. Some of the hills are there. Nallamalas, Velikondas, Palakondas, Seshachala hills are the hills in this Eastern Ghats. Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats both joined in Nilgiri hills near Gudaluru or Kadaluru. Okay, the famous hill stations are found in this region, mostly in the Western Ghats. Udiga Mandalam, it is also known as popularly Ooty. It is also located in Nilgiris only. Dodabetta, the height 2637 meters. It is the highest peak in the Nilgiri hills. It is also located in Western Ghats. And some of the hills are there. Annamalai, Palani and Cardamom hills are found in this region. Palani and Annamalai located in Tamil Nadu region. Cardamom hills located in Kerala. It is very famous. Anaimudi, it is the highest peak in Annamalai hills. It is located in that Western Ghats only. It is the highest peak in the South India also. The height of this Anaimudi 2695 meters. One of the most remarkable feature of the Peninsular Plateau region is black soils formed by due to that volcanic activity. Nilgiri hills are also known as Blue Mountains. Chota Nagpur Plateau is rich mineral resources are found in this region. It is also called as Ruhr of India. So Ruhr actually it is located in Germany. East of the Chota Nagpur Plateau is called Rajmahal Hills. Highest peak in Chota Nagpur Plateau is Parasnath. It is located in Jharkhand. Right? So thank you.
మరిన్ని వీడియోస్ కోసం మా ఛానల్ని సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేయండి, షేర్ చేయండి అండ్ ఫైనల్లీ క్లిక్ ఆన్ ది బెల్ ఐకాన్. థ్యాంక్ యూ.